Hello children, how are you all? Hope you're all fine and safe. Today we are going to start with a new lesson called One Foggy Morning. Before we start with the lesson, let us know some important things that are related to the lesson. So, literature of any language is divided into two groups, fiction and non-fiction. Fiction refers to stories that are created from the author's imagination, like mysteries, science fiction, and so on. The main purpose of fiction is to entertain the reader. Fiction creates a mood, and the mood could be happy, sad, scary, angry, etc. On the other hand, non-fiction refers to the literature that are based on facts. So there are many kinds of fiction: realistic fiction, fantasy, mystery, science, historical, and so on. Let us learn what actually a science fiction is. Stories about imaginary events on Earth or on other planets dealing with time travel and involving alien species and creatures can be termed as science fiction. In this chapter, we see something very similar. Rishi, a school-going boy, is waiting at the bus stop one morning when a stranger appears and talks to him. The stranger is not an ordinary person, as we see. He was able to perform some unusual tricks which are not possible for an ordinary man to do. But we see that he was not able to impress Rishi at all. So Rishi one day was waiting at the bus stop at 6:30 a.m. in the morning, and there was no one in the lane except birds chirping and school kids. Suddenly there was a voice behind him asking him, "Hello young man, what is your name?" So Rishi was startled as surprised. "Rishi," he blurted out as he turned around. So without thinking who has asked a question, who has asked his name, he just said his name, Rishi, and he blurted out spoke without thinking. So without thinking for a while, he just told his name. So and when he turned around, he couldn't see anyone. The lane was empty as usual on the cold, foggy morning. Suddenly, Rishi could hear someone. When he turned round, there was no one. So, but Rishi could hear someone trying to clear his throat. And Rishi whirled round and bumped into a thickly padded overcoat. When he heard somebody trying to clear his throat, Rishi immediately turned around and bumped into a thickly padded overcoat. Padded is when you fill something with a soft material in order to protect or to make yourself comfortable. We call that as a padded one. So so he bumped into a thickly padded overcoat. So he said sorry and stepped back. So when he looked at the person, the stranger, whom do we call a stranger, children? The person who is not known to us, an unknown person, we call them strangers. So the stranger, here the stranger was a comical sight. Comical, funny. Yes, Rishi thought that the stranger was an army man who came out for a morning stroll. So Rishi thought that this stranger must be an army man who came out for a morning stroll. So why did he think like that? Looking at his appearance, he was wearing an army green overcoat, brown boots, upturned collar, and on his head was a large white floppy cricketer's hat. This was stranger's appearance. He was wearing an army green overcoat, brown boots, collar was upturned, and on his head was a large white floppy cricketer's cap. So, are you going on a hike or something as you're carrying a big backpack? The stranger asked Rishi. Don't be silly. I'm going to school and I'm waiting for the school bus, Rishi said. So Rishi said that don't be silly. I'm going to school and I'm waiting for the school bus. Ah, man said, math and geography. Do you like school? Rishi said, it's okay. You like maths? Give me a difficult sum and see how fast I can solve it. Then said the stranger. Rishi thought that this man must be obviously crazy. And he said, well, why not? It will help me to pass on the time. The fog was, however, delaying the bus. Rishi said that it's okay, I will give you. However, the bus is being delayed because of the fog. It will help me to pass on the time. So Rishi rattled out, spoke quickly without thinking. Rattled out is spoke quickly without thinking. The rattled out the first large numbers that came to his head. 9,989,762 divided by 786. So whatever large numbers came to his mind, Rishi gave those numbers to the stranger to solve. So immediately, that was very easy, the man said. The stranger said, that was quite easy. And he immediately gave the answer saying 12,709 plus decimals. So that was fast. Rishi said, that was too quick and too fast. Rishi pulled out a ruler from his bag, and Rishi was surprised with his quickness, with the stranger's quickness. And he pulled out a ruler from the bag, and the ruler had a solar calculator. So he was having a ruler in his bag, and that ruler had got a solar calculator. So he tried to check the answer. So when he tried to key the numbers, so the stranger prompted the numbers, and to his surprise, the answer was correct. So what? But Rishi was not ready to accept. So he said, so what? So we have Shakuntala Devi who can do more difficult sums and faster than a computer. So then, when he started talking about Shakuntala Devi, stranger was startled because he was surprised to see that there was somebody who can do faster than him and more difficult sums and much faster than a computer. He started asking many questions. Who is he? How long have you known him? Where is he from? Have you met him? Many questions he has asked Rishi. Then Rishi said, it's a she. Haven't you? Haven't you heard about her? Haven't you heard about her? She is holding shows all over the world. So when stranger poured out many questions to Rishi, Rishi said, it's a she. Haven't you heard about Shakuntala Devi? She was holding shows all over the world. Stranger said, I see. And he understood that he could not impress Rishi at all. Then he started doing something and he asked, can she do this? So the stranger held out a huge gloved hand and then closed his palm. When he opened it, there was a chocolate bar and the stranger offered it to Rishi. So he tried to impress Rishi with another trick, like he held out his huge gloved hand, closed his palm, and then opened it, and there was a chocolate bar. And the stranger gave that chocolate to Rishi. No, thank you. I don't like chocolates, Rishi said. So when stranger offered him the chocolate bar, Rishi simply said that he don't like chocolates. It is not that he loved chocolates, but he was not going to accept one from a stranger. Yes, we are also told not to accept anything from the strangers. It is a good thing that Rishi was following. The man closed his palm when Rishi said that he don't like chocolates. He closed his palm, turned it over and opened it once again. He closed his palm, turned it over and opened his palm once again, and nothing fell out from his hand. The chocolate had disappeared. So Rishi felt that this was a good trick. Rishi asked the stranger, are you a magician? So according to Rishi, it is only magician who can make things appear and disappear. Rishi felt that this stranger is performing all these things because he was a magician. So children, in the next part of our video lesson, we will see whether the stranger was actually a magician or will he be successful in impressing Rishi and what will happen later. That's all for today, children. Take care. Bye.